Good morning, Watauga. We are here at Meter Calibration Solutions, and I have the owner of Meter Calibration Solutions with us today, Mr. Adam Thompson, and our mayor, Arthur Miner. We are here today to spotlight Meter Calibration Solutions and the owner and talk to him about his business and how he got started. So we'll begin with the business was actually opened in July of 2019. And then shortly after receiving his certificate of occupancy in August of 2019, Adam purchased an adjacent piece of property for an expansion in October of the same year. Adam, how has it been for you so far?
Business has been good. We've been just rolling with the times and doing what we do. Running as a team, and that's what's kept us going and hopefully keep going.
All right, very good. So it's my understanding that what your company does is y'all go out and y'all calibrate the meters at the gas pumps at your local gas stations. Is that correct?
Yes. So what the best way I can explain it is when you go buy gas for your car, if it says you put 5 gallons on the display, we actually ensure that it gave you 5 gallons. And we have many gas stations all in Texas, and we've expanded out, and we've been as far north as Illinois and as far east as Alabama and Tennessee.
So you travel a lot, I take it?
We travel a lot.
Yeah, very good. Nice. And I know that there was a time after y'all first opened that you were doing some hiring. Is that something that y'all are still kind of dealing with and looking for employees from time to time?
Absolutely. So we are have different goals. I think when we initially talked about moving into Watauga, we were setting goals and pace to what we wanted to do and where we saw ourselves in 1 to 5 years. We look at opening offices in other locations in Texas and other states, and that would be hiring and moving people there or hiring within those areas. And so that was kind of one of the things we talked about was, do we look at Watauga and find relocations, or do we actually find people in those areas? So there's opportunities there for anybody and everybody. We like the interview process. We have a thorough interview process, and I think that would kind of stretch that. So when we get those doing that, we'll post job descriptions and job interviews through Watauga first, and just kind of see how that plays out.
Very good. Yeah, Adam has communicated with me a number of times, and Brad has graciously posted those notices on our city website. So always be checking the city website for any job opportunities, but also with Meter Calibration Solutions. Mr. Mayor, I know that when you were running for office of mayor, that you probably received a lot of feedback from the local businesses as well as the residents in terms of trying to attract new businesses to the city of Watauga. If you could tell us what it means to you as the mayor to have such a great business owner as Adam and his company locate in the city of Watauga.
Well, I've been involved since the first day we met when you came to the city and pitched this idea to us and moved quickly. That was one thing I can say about you. You didn't drag your feet. You didn't want to take any time at all. And to go from that point just a little over a year ago, or probably a year and a half ago, to where we are now is amazing. You've done the 2 things that we really appreciate in Watauga. A, you moved here, and B, you expanded here. So you're hiring local people, and you're doing a lot for the community, and it means a lot to the community. I know that COVID had a big impact on all our businesses. I'm glad to see that you made it through that. And we look forward to many more years of you being in Watauga. I know you're all family operated here, basically in the offices and stuff, and that's another great thing.
Yeah, speaking of your family, thank you for that punt, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate that. I know that your mom works here and helps you out. And then your daughter comes and visits you occasionally here at the office. Could you talk to us a little bit about your family and how they're involved in the business?
Yeah, so when we started, I actually worked a full-time job at somewhere, and my father actually had experience in this industry, and he came over and became one of the first-time or full-time technicians doing the work, and I was kind of doing working here at this other company and doing marketing for this company as I was growing and doing getting everything together. And then I had taught my mom how to do the books and follow and know how to keep track of other stuff, scheduling and that. And so them 2 really ran the company for a good year, and I would just go and spot check each week or each month and just kind of see how they're doing and making sure everything was staying organized. And my cousin, became available, and we brought him in, and then we had a friend of the family's that became available, and he came in, and brother-in-law, and then that was about the point of getting out of family and started hiring outside of that. one of the big questions that I always got was, you're hiring just family, or you're doing this, and it wasn't about hiring family; it was hiring people that was right for the job, and that was it. They're very strong workers. They do everything, and then more, and they carry this business really. And so it's cool to be able to work with your family, but also separate business and family, and everybody have that same respect for each other of what we've done, moving on.
Very good. So talking about employees, Adam, how many employees does Meter Calibration Solutions have?
We have 10. That's actually a really cool thing about that is we have 10 employees, and 8 of them actually live in the Watauga area.
Awesome.
And so the growth here that we offer and are not opposed to hiring Watauga, like I said, it's really finding people that's right for the job, but we haven't had a problem with that.
Very good.
It pays well, the positions they pay well, and benefits that come with it, and you just that reaches out and finds the good, strong work ethics.
Awesome. And so tell me, how old is your daughter?
She's 2.
She's 2.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a
Yep.
cutie too. I've seen her before. So
Mm-hmm.
you can see signs of her being at the office from time to time. But let's get back to talking about employees. So what kind of skills, when you are hiring, Adam, are you typically looking for for your future employees?
Well, for starters, we have to look at driving record. We do a lot of driving. I usually start bottom tier, teach them the generalization part of what we do, the calibration parts, and then the promotion. It works through. We kind of find the strengths of the person and find positions. So we're a grown company. We've generated, just over the past year, we've generated 4 new positions, opened them up, and moved people around and hired new people in. So it starts with driving record, and then it goes into ambition. That's what we were built on. And if you've got that ambition, you've got that drive, we're definitely looking at that. We want to see what your drive is and where you fit best at. And so we pretty much teach you the ins and outs, and then put you where we see opportunity, and maybe create positions for that.
Awesome. Very good. And so let's talk a little bit about your long-term goals for the company. So you were talking a little bit about that earlier. You made mention of that. What do you see in terms of Meter Calibration Solutions in, say, 5 years from now? Where do you see your company?
So we're part of many different groups. Some are networking groups, and some are the groups that actually police this industry. I'm on the board of the TDLR, who is in the policing of the Texas division of calibrations, making sure laws and gas stations are following guidelines to stay in operation, because it comes down that it's about the consumer. It's making sure anytime you're weighing or measuring anything, there's a consumer responsibility of the, not complaints. I don't like really pushing complaints, but it's you speaking up, saying, hey, I don't feel that when I pumped this gas, it charged me, $20, and there's no way my gas held 10 gallons when I have a 5-gallon tank. And so we rely our information, and we help the public in that terms. So in that goal, the sky's the limit. Gas stations are opening up more and more and more. A lot of our customers, from where we started, one of our big customers is Buc-ee's. And where we started, we're doing half of their schedule what we could do in 1 year. And so they've grown so much, Love's, Buc-ee's, Murphy's, Cefco. There's just different gas station chains out there, little mom and pop shops that are buying up more. Everybody's buying and selling, doing different things, opening new gas stations, growing the gas stations they have. So the opportunity grows every year. And then different states, we were up in Illinois this past month doing gas stations up there. We've got guys in Alabama, and I pursue moving, towards Florida area and just kind of covering the East Coast as we grow. So in a 10-year goal, I don't see us being not nationwide company. That's the overall goal.
Wow. And it's great that you started in Watauga. How awesome is that? So Adam, we really appreciate you choosing Watauga as your home to open Meter Calibration Solutions. And we're so happy that you and your family decided to locate here in Watauga and hire local. We couldn't ask for a better local partner, and we just really want to say thank you. Adam, we were talking to you earlier about the different service stations that you provide your services to in terms of calibrating the meters and or the gas pumps. And I see all the different signs that you have out here. Can you tell us a little bit about how this came to be, this space out here? I know that you did your expansion about a month and a half after you purchased the property. And if you could just talk to us a little bit about that and how you came to collect all these different signs.
So we actually started in doing strictly calibrations. We'd go to the gas pumps and calibrate them and be done with it. And once we got into that, a lot of the laws had changed and required certain things, so it opened the door for us to get into more service part of it. Once we started offering service, we found out outdated and really old gas pumps, and so I had a company come and pitch and say, hey, we noticed y'all's company growing and we'd like to see if y'all would like to sell these pumps. And so we got into this new manufacturer, Bennett gas pumps, and we started selling those. And then when we installed those, we had to dispose of the old ones. So when we were disposing of old pumps, we ended up with the bottom skirts that you see when you pull up, and it has all the different logos on them. And they said, y'all keep them, go ahead and have them. And so we found once we did our new fence around here, we started hanging them up as more decor and tried not to make it look tacky.
Very good. It's very nice. It certainly adds to the space back here, and I'm sure it's somewhat pleasing to the employees, you know, when they pull up and they see things that they recognize. Mr. Mayor, you were talking earlier about your appreciation and what it means to you and the community for Adam to have not only opened his business here in Watauga, but to have expanded it. So I believe this is the first time you've been back out since he did the expansion. What are your thoughts about how far Adam has come in such a short period of time?
Well, I think it's amazing that we've gone this far, or you've gone this far, in, as she says, such a short period of time. I remember when we first came here for your original opening, and the barbecue was missing, by the way.
Yep.
But, we enjoyed that day. But it's just good to have been here when you first opened, to see your first step, so to speak, and to where you're at now, both in the size of the property and the number of employees. And it's what Watauga needs and what Watauga wants. Ms. Gardner has worked hard to bring some new businesses in. And like I said, I was with you from the first day when we first met at City Hall, and to now. I think it's really amazing to go this far in such a short period of time, and that's attribute that to your drive and initiative.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. Well, once again, Adam, you know, we cannot thank you enough for choosing Watauga as your home. And this is just so wonderful that you've done this large expansion back here. And like I said, and like the mayor said, in such a short period of time. So your drive and ambition is inspiring, and we really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. We enjoy being here.